Chapter 03, First Conversation. Did someone say little one? No matter how I think about it, they were probably talking about me, but rather than a voice, it felt more like being directly made aware of those words. At any rate, I don't got ears to hear. Oi. You can hear me, can't you? Responding would be good. I can hear you. But, however, since I lack a voice, I cannot respond. As a test, to loud, baldy. That's the answer I tried to project in my head. Well, not like you hear it anyways, so you should be fine. But how did I respond? Oh, ho ho. To Dana Baldy, aren't you a brave one? It has been long since I have last had company, so I may have started poorly, but this one seems to be searching for death. This is bad. He heard that one. But hey, when I think words in my head, I can respond. Had I been taught that earlier, I wouldn't have to anger my partner. And besides, I don't even know what my partner is like at all. Well, that's that. Time to throw in the towel. Let's properly apologize here. I'm sorry. I didn't know how to respond, so I decided to try whatever seemed appropriate. I sincerely apologize. And on that note, I must note that I have no eyes to see with, so I cannot behold your visage. Did that reach? Well, although I can't see him, who would expect him to actually be bald? Though if that's the case, then any amount of rage can only be expected. Let's also refrain from thoughtless statements. Phew phew phew. Phew ha ha. Phew ah ha 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 ha. And suddenly, laughter. A perfect, three-step laughter. Simply breathtaking. Has the anger passed? Interesting. Truly, stated without beholding my appearance as I suspected, but for you to lack eyes. Slime species are typically thoughtless creatures that only absorb, dissolve, and regenerate. I have yet to behold one leaving their territory. Somehow, he started telling a tale. Rather than abating his anger, did I win his interest? At any rate, this is first contact. This is the first chapter in my life's slime story. I want to proceed on favorable terms and learn a lot from him. When a slime suddenly rammed my body, I naturally found it rather bizarre. At an exceptionally high speed, at that. What are you? A named monster? A unique monster? Named? Unique? I don't understand. I apologize, but I don't really understand the meaning of what you said. Truth be told, since I have been born only 90 days have, self-awareness is something impossible for a slime. Named monsters are those that have received a name, but to have had only 90 days pass since birth, in that case, unique. What would you mean by unique? Unique monsters are those who have undergone some mutation and possess unusual powers. Rarely, such are born in areas with high magical energy density. I see, your birth was founded on magical energy drawn from myself. Mew. And what would that mean? Let's see if past worlds knowledge can be used to figure this one out. In other words, from this old man, assumption, magical energy flows, and thus it has become abundant in or around here. And when that energy gathered, the monster that was born from it, the slime equals myself. Is that it? In these 300 years, a monster who could approach myself had not existed. Being born from my power, perhaps you could even lay your hands upon myself. Ho ho, in that case, you would be something akin to my parent? A parent would be the wrong way to call it. After all, I do not possess reproductive capabilities. Some monsters can reproduce, and some cannot. Normally, lacking such capabilities would be normal, no? If monsters born from condensed magical energy, wouldn't reproduction be unnecessary? Little one, you are surprisingly intelligent. Normally, the monsters who think are few in number, but those that possess true intelligence would be only the Magian. But that is fine, I will respond to your question. There are inferior tribes which reproduce. Goblins and orcs, along with lizardmen to name a few. These are special among the monsters and are commonly referred to as demi-humans. Among demi-humans, there are also those who have befriended humanity. Elves, hobbits, and dwarfs, those belonging to the fair magical races. Well, in a few words, those that support the Magian are called monsters, and those that support humans are recognized as a part of their species. These demi-humans would be the representatives of the reproducing monsters. Though to me, they are no more than trash. Next, about the Magian. Although these have been born from magical energy, they are generally beasts and magical beasts who have evolved beyond themselves. Reproductive capabilities and true intelligence are considered their special features. Most of all, these tend to vary as individuals. Among these, they're also the high-class Majin. They are the most disorganized and diverse bunch. To conclude, the giants, the vampires, and the devils are the high-class Majin with the longest lifespan. Although these two can reproduce, they normally abstain. Hosting overwhelming magical energy, their flesh never decays. And so, there is no need to leave offspring. Though perhaps if their numbers were to decrease due to a war or some great calamity, that may change. As one would expect, they are strong. I myself have fought with them many times, yet they are not an opponent you can face many at a time. A perfect brawling partner. Altogether, these are referred to as the demonic races. Of high intelligence, capable of reproduction, and laying waste to humanity, these are ordained as demons by them. As for why I cannot reproduce, there is simply no need. I art of a being perfect as one of the 4 existing dragons. The storm dragon Voldora. Such as I am bound by neither time nor flesh. A mass of pure magical energy, and thus I art endless. Foo. Ha 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 ha. And there he goes with his high-pitched laughter, so basically, since he has no lifespan, he needs no children. That kind of thing? His explanation dragged on, but it was pretty useful. Storm dragon Voldora, a dragon, huh? Fighting high-class Majin for fun, ain't he a dangerous fellow? This would fit the taste of most people engrossed in manga, anime, and light novels. With all that I know, there is no question that the storm dragon Voldora is dangerous. And the fact that he explained everything so politely just makes this feel more ominous. Now, what to do next? Is that so? What an easy to understand explanation, thank you very much. Well then, I'll excuse myself. With those words, I tried to take my leave. Wait. I have explained myself. Is it not your turn? Doesn't seem like a situation where I need to quickly run away. Let's talk about myself, but wait. I reincarnated into a different world. If I said that, would he even believe it? As if slime possessing high intelligence, deceiving him would be unthinkable. If anything, if he will figure out that I am trying to deceive him, that would raise a death flag, wouldn't I? Oh, well. Whether he believes me or not is not for me to decide. Having come to a decision, I discussed everything that happened until now. And well, that's the thing. Ain't it strange? Without mentioning anything about my skills, I discussed everything from when I got stabbed to waking up as a slime and situations I've lived through. As I was saying this, it strangely did not seem a troubling situation at all, but, well, it was pretty bad. The fact that I can't see being the worst part of it all. If this goes on, won't I pass on every cute girls and beautiful women around? That makes me sad, I see. You had reincarnated as I thought. What a truly rare method you used. A method? And hey, aren't you supposed to be doubtful or surprised? What's with that response? Isn't reincarnation supposed to be something really rare? From the way he says it, normal birth is beginning to seem more unusual. Reincarnated tend to appear once in a while. Souls with strong intentions engraved in them. Those among them who remember their past life are not all that unusual, but to have reincarnated from a different world, that is rare. Moreover, you'd normally be born from a human. But to be born as a monster, and from magical energy to say the least, that I have never heard of. To have crossed the boundaries of the worlds, just having a strong soul is not enough. Had you not stabilized your soul in this demonic body, your soul would have vanished. You are special. Is that so? I wasn't self-aware, though, so there are those who have reincarnated from a different world, huh? Although there haven't been successful cases of world travel, some have wandered from there to this side. A foreigner and a world traveler, so they are called, and they possess special intellect. Also, they tend to have acquired some special skills. Records of reincarnated being renowned for their wisdom do remain. Though there are most likely those that were never recognized. I see. Other worlds. I do not know whether they are from my Earth or not, but meeting them would not be a bad idea. Maybe. There are a few Japanese around. Might as well make meeting one my goal. I see. In that case, I'll go see if I can meet any world traveler. Maybe I'll find a compatriot among them. Still, little one. You can't even see. Right. If I can't see, then what? It's inconvenient, but if I carefully hop around, I'm certain to meet them someday. Probably. I shall restore your sight. Huh? What? Boy, this old man No, this storm dragon Voldora, ain't he a good man, dragon? Can I really expect this miracle? Hey, will you really? Hey, but there is a condition. How about it? A condition, huh? Ominous, but what sort of condition? A simple one. When you regain your sight, do not fear me. And please come talk to me again. How about it? Is just that fine? And could it be, was this dragon just lonely? Solitude born of strength? And just as I thought, the conversation went on for a while. He must not have had anyone to talk to in a while. Maybe he's just a big softy. But maybe he's not even a real dragon. Or maybe the dragons of this world aren't all that impressive. Yup. This is certainly a good deal. Is just that much enough? Truth be told, I had been sealed away for 300 years. And so, I have been so plagued by boredom. How about it? If you are alright with it, then I will happily accept. Then it's a promise. Keep it. I will. As they say, I am a dependable slime. Of course, only I think so. Very well. There exists a magic perception skill. Can you use it? No, I cannot. What type of skill is it? You perceive the surrounding magical energy. It's not a major skill, and acquiring the skill is rather simple. Ho ho. Simple, you say? Truly, it is actually not simple at all. For those like I, it is as simple as breathing. You don't even know you are doing it. I see. If I were to acquire it, would I be able to see? That is the idea. The world is covered in magical energy. There is a difference in concentration. And light and dark possess a wave-like property, did you know? Yeah, light wave and dark waves, right? You know well, is that knowledge from the other world? Well, it is so. But observing these fluctuations, you can calculate the appearance of the surrounding. Simply, right? How? What the hell? This guy, how is that simply? IYA sounds a little difficult, what? With this, even if your eyes and ears are crushed, you can continue combat. Ambushes become impossible. It's an indispensable skill. Yeah. Let's leave the matter of combat aside from now. I just want to be able to see. If you say so. I'll help with acquisition. And by the way, I don't know another way. Wow, can you even do it? Aren't you a beginner at this yourself? Don't worry. You are among the lucky few who possesses past world memories. Thus, you know what light and darkness looks like. If you had not known, making you see would have been impossible even for me. You are indeed blessed. I see, explaining light and darkness would be difficult for those who have never seen them. I know I couldn't do it. It took Helen Keller 2 years to learn the meaning of words. In other words, due to other worlds' knowledge, I can obtain pseudo-sight and hearing through the magic perception skill, not like I can refuse to try anyways. Being unable to see is far too inconvenient. Moreover, I've forgotten about it, but I also have the great sage skill. Surely something will come from this. Please teach me. Nay, fret not, it is truly simple. First, try to move the magical energy inside your body. This, I somehow understand. I think I can use the same principle as moving through the water. Like this. While enclosing it in my body, I verify movement of magical energy. Though you said otherwise, you seem quite apt at this. In this case, the energy that moves within you and that which is beside you, do you feel the difference? This is actually pretty simple. It's a good thing I spent all that time feeling magical energy. I live by absorbing it after all. Feeling it is a must. That much I understand. Since I eat it, you know. Cuckoo. Since you understand that much, the rest is simple. Feel the movement of magical energy outside of yourself. That's what I don't understand, though. Anyways, as instructed, I tried to feel it. I do feel it swaying. Back and forth, right. Let's activate Great Sage. Verified. Extra skill magic perception has been successfully acquired. Will you use extra skill magic perception? Yes, no way. Did I really just acquire it that easily? Well, yeah, of course, yes. As expected, Great Sage is reliable as always. The moment I had activate the extra skill magic perception, my mind was filled with information. Never, even as a human, had I processed that much information at once. Little by little, magical energy moving along waves of light and darkness. Having grasped all of the incoming information, I convert it into one I can understand. And so, I can now see 360 degrees around me, without a single blind spot. A boulder's shadow, the scenery 100 meters away. If I direct my consciousness there, I can see it. If a human's mind was filled with that much information, it just might fry. But I am a slime. Every one of my cells is a muscle and a brain cell. I can definitely manage this much. And so, linking extra skill magical perception and unique skill great sage, complete my field of vision cleared up. Moreover, I was not attacked by a burning pain in my brain. That I wasn't able to do this until now is strange in itself. This is an obvious form of vision. Great sage just might be a cheat. That certainly is not an overstatement. If others held it, I would certainly be crying foul. But the one possessing it is me. So there's no problem. Well, I somehow seem to have managed it. Thank you very much. When I said that, I finally beheld that. What do you know, a real dragon. Gleaming like black steel, flexible and durable, like the scales of a fish. The visage of an evil dragon, jet. Dragon. An appearance more evil than I was expecting. A scream had escaped from my heart. Chapter 04, First Friend. To say the least, I was surprised. Real sorry for calling you a softie. No question at all he's dangerous. I'll blame my rude attitude on the lack of sight, not like that will achieve anything. Oi. Do you remember our promise? And besides, for all that complaining, you've learned it pretty easily. Of course I was just kidding. I can see my surrounding, and I can also hear sounds. Thank you. Could have taken more time learning it, though. Well, I should be fine. Got scared a bit, but can't ignore the fact that this dragon has been so nice to me. Moreover, he really is just lonely. Just from the glance, he looks like he's lost a lot. Kind of like the crying red ogre. TL note, look up the ogre who cried on Google for more information. So, what shall you do now? I think I'll go around looking for fellow world travelers, though no harm if I don't find any. Finding some would be good, but only if on good terms. And besides, since I finally can see, might as well see the world. The world seems so much bigger now. No need to munch on grass to kill time anymore. But this dragon doesn't seem like he can even move a muscle. And you're saying he stayed like that for 300 years? By the way, Voldora-san mentioned that you have been sealed? Mew? Yes. I made the mistake of underestimating a small nuisance. Had I went all out, I would not have been defeated. Somehow, the way he announced defeated sounded prideful rather than anything. Honestly, doesn't really seems like sword nor spear, and certainly not magic, can even wound this guy, but was he really so strong? What beast could possibly be stronger than him? The outside world is scarier than I thought. Probably. It is so. Strong indeed. Clothed in divine protection, the humanity's hero. I'm rather familiar with the term from gaming. Recently, the stumbled into the position of a hero plotline has been popular, but I don't remember them being so overpowered. In this world, seems like they are truly strong. Speaking of, the hero referred to oneself as the summoned. Could the hero have been from your world? No. No one is that strong in my world. Nay, the world travelers in this world typically hold some special power. That is what serves as the power to etch their souls into this world. The summoned most certainly holds some special power. Most likely, holding the one-of-a-kind unique skill. Different from those who stumble by chance, summoned souls are especially strong. The success rate is less than 0.03%, but in this hero's case it succeeded. When you say summoning, do you mean calling something out with magic? As you say, it is a 3-day ritual involving 30 people. The success rate is low, but success is typically met with a powerful weapon. Weapon? The summoner engraves a curse into the soul of the summoned to prevent rebellion. What's with that? Are summoned people not recognized as humans? Humans? World travels sometimes complain about that. That type of thing is but an illusion in this world. Survival of the fittest, that is the only truth in this world. I see. It's pretty hard to accept this world summoning with my world stories in mind. In that case, would the world travelers also be treated much like slaves? That would depend on the person. They have not received the monster warding charm. Those that do either live quiet lives or become adventurers, or something like that. Truly, among the many foes I have repelled, quite a few came from another world. Few In other words, forced labor is only limited to the summoned case, I do not know whether it is appropriate to call it labor, but so be it. I know much about humans, but certainly not everything. That's only to be expected, sorry. Rather, for a dragon he seems extremely informed. Anyways, just talking makes him seem so happy, and he answers any question. So for now, the dragon and I will continue our conversation about how he fought the hero, about how strong the hero was, white skin, deep crimson, small lips, jet black, long hair, not too tall, petite and thin physique. And though the eyes were hidden by a mask, that the hero was beautiful was clear. A woman. So, was it her looks that got him? When I asked that, "Don't be spouting nonsense," came the angry reply. She carried a peculiarly curved blade, called a katana, and fought without a shield. Unique skill, certain severance, unique skill, endless prison with these skills, and every form of magic, she overwhelmed me. So he happily exclaimed. I understood the tale, but this dragon, he just loves humans, huh? He calls them small fry and trash, but it seems he has never killed any of them. At least those that have not earned his wrath. That one time, 300 years ago, after a certain incident, he turned one city to dust. And due to that incident, the hero was dispatched, and Voldora was sealed by the hero's skill endless prism. I doubt I can understand the dragon's feelings. More than just being someone else's emotion, in the end, imagination can hardly lead to true sympathy. But at least I can say that he isn't a bad dragon. And hey, I like him. So of course I'm no longer afraid of him. And so, okay. So, with me, no, can we be friends? Ouch, that's still pretty embarrassing. I must be bright red right now. What did you say? For the feared storm dragon Voldora to become FF friends with someone of SS Slime's social standing? Well, if you hate it that much, stupid. You. Nobody said anything about hating. Then, what will you do? Let's see, well, if you insist, I can consider. Somehow, it seems he is timidly stealing glances my way. Had this been done by a cute girl, I'd be very happy, but when it's done by an evil-looking dragon, well, it is interesting. I insist. Decide. If you hate, the deal's off. No second chances. Cho. Then I have no choice. I'll become your friend. Show me your gratitude. Phew. This dragon isn't very obedient. I also aren't, so we're a good fit. Then, I'll be in your care. Oh, and let me grant you a name. You also give me one. Huh? Why? So suddenly? To etch into our souls that we are equals. As humans call it, family name type of thing. The one I grant you will bestow upon you diving protection. You still lack a name, so you shall become a named monster now. Mew Mew. So, I have to come up with a family name, one for common use, huh? I'm not really good at this stuff, since you are called the Storm Dragon. How about simply Tempest? That's no good, right? Since it sound good, I simply took Storm and changed it into Tempest, it's decided. What a wonderful name. He liked it. From now on, I am Voldora Tempest. And you shall be called Rimuru. Rimuru Tempest shall be thy name. And that name was etched into my soul. From what I can see and feel, I don't feel any different. But somewhere deep in my soul, I felt something change. That would be something to mention to Voldora, wouldn't it? And so, I have become friends, or would it be more appropriate to call this soulmates, with him? Oh, and before I go, I wanted to ask. Is there nothing you can do about that seal? Not with my power. If it were of unique skill like that of a hero, then it could perhaps be possible. You do not possess any unique skills? I do. But from the moment the seal was placed, I could no longer use any. I barely managed retaining my telepathy. At the moment, the hero's unique skill endless prison seals the target in endless time and imaginary space. An unpleasant skill that does not permit interference from here. Though it does seem strange that the only thing he can do is to communicate telepathically. It's not like the skill weakens with time, after all. Being able to even recognize the present and converse with other creatures all seem like example of interference. What's unusual is Voldora himself here. Of course, both us noticed this. Alright. There's something I want to try. As I said that, I touched Voldora. And, attempting to predate unique skill endless prison via unique skill predation. Failure as expected, a hero seal is not going to be this easy. For but a second, interference with the hero's skill released a blinding light, but then it returned to normal. Seems like for a brief moment, a seam opened in this endless prison. but it quickly restored itself. And anyways, since it's also a unique skill, something'll happen type of thing will only lead to trouble. Isn't there anything I can do? What to do? Solution. Unique skill endless prison has been partly analyzed. I shall present the escape method. It is impossible for flesh to escape. Physical damage-wise, the chance of destroying the prison is 0%. With regards to the imaginary space escape method, the analysis proved impossible. Analysis in identical situation imprisonment in an endless prison is necessary for analysis. Therefore, currently this is impossible. The chance of releasing a spiritual body is 1%. Should one prepare a host for the spirit ahead of time and move there in the process, the success rate increases to 3%. At the moment, this process is similar to reincarnation. Should the affinity with the host be poor, memories and skills will all be reset. End of the report on escape methods, Fumu. The chances are far too low. Doesn't look more than flimsy film, this endless prison skill. But for it to be impervious to physical damage, there must be some weakness to this absolute defense. Did Hero take any damage? Any wounds or something? Well asked. Our blows were well watched, and I have landed a few direct hits. But there was no effect. Death-calling winds, black lighting, and even storm of destruction. All are skills that cannot be evaded, and yet no effect. I gave up. It was laughable. And all other similar babble would end in Voldora's loud laughter. Unique skill endless prison was definitely used to cover her body. If all outside interference is negated, no shield is necessary. What a useful skill. Unique skill certain severance unique skill endless prison. If you combine these two, wouldn't you be essentially invincible? Definitely don't want to meet her, she should have passed away by now, so should be okay. Without a question, she belonged in the strongest class. In reality, Voldora was also in the strongest class, but the Ramuro of the time could not have known this. Anyways. The escape to host method, huh? To escape, a host to transfer the soul to seems to be necessary. It is also possible to escape in a spiritual body, but the success chance is low. Don't really see the reason to mention the percentages. If Voldora's desire to escape decreases, so could the chances, There was an escape method. Honestly, after some 100 years my magical energy hit empty. Probably since I didn't stop the flow of magical energy. I see, that would be the reason why the magical energy concentration around here is so high. The truly strong monsters also avoid this area. Grass also hardly grows underground. Only some rare vegetation inhabits these caves. I remembered about the hippoced grass. In this case, it's a pretty valuable medicine. Well, since that's the case, will you attempt to escape? If you had a place to transfer to, the chances would be higher, and also, what's considered a good host? Unfortunately, even if I detach my spirit, to gather the magical energy into a single core is rather difficult. By opening a seam in the seal, that's how this will succeed. And a host, huh? That is, preparing a new core and moving there, reincarnation. This guy. I thought that he might be slightly slow-witted, but he perfectly understood all of it. How wondrous. He reached the same conclusion as the great sage. That's the thing. So, if there's something I can prepare, should I go look for it? The thing is, I don't really need a core, and keep this secret. I am a being perfect as one. Especially durable. I am a spiritual life form, and thus have no attachment to this body. I merely responded to the wishes of religions and the like when forming it. Again with that incomprehensible stuff. And so we spoke until I understood. The result? Gather the magical energy with one's mind, and then form the flesh. At the moment, the flesh being bound is beyond question, but the mind also cannot affect the surrounding magical energy. That's the situation. So I asked if he could leave as a spirit. That is impossible. I would require an offering, is what he said. If he were to leave in this way, he would scatter with the magical energy and cease to exist. And, somewhere else, another storm dragon would be born. That is one means of escape, but if there's no meaning to it, if it means becoming a different person, I'm at a loss. Wouldn't eating Voldora with Predator be a better alternative? Place him into the Predator's stomach, analyze at depth the endless prison's effects and eliminate just them. Could this work? Solution. Target, Voldora can be absorbed with the unique skill Predator. It's possible. If I explain it, will he consent? If this goes on, after 100 years of isolation, only to disappear, would be his fate. And so, I explained to Voldora the Predator ability and how I thought to use it. This would be impossible, however, without the Great Sage ability correction. Kuhahaha. Interesting. Of course I'll try it. To you, I'll entrust my everything. Should you be trusting me so easily? Of course. Rather than waiting for you to come back here, tearing endless prison asunder and leaving together inside of you sound so much more amusing. I see. Not alone. Together. Isn't it fine? With Great Sage and Predator, I'll continue analysis and seek to free Voldora from his imprisonment. And in the stomach there is no fear of scattering and disappearing. I think we can do this. Alright. I'll eat you now. Try to break out of endless prison, okay? Coo. Leave it to me. Don't wait, I'll pause it for you. Okay. I made my decision. I touch Voldora and begin predation. In a second, the giant Voldora disappeared from my view. That was too quick. He was speaking up until a second ago. Having disappeared so suddenly makes me lonely. The skill highly depends on the target's resistance to being absorbed, but as expected of Volodra, no resistance whatsoever. Must say, I'm surprised I could absorb that huge body. It seems that at the moment, my stomach is 25% occupied. Just how big of a space have I got in there? And, will you begin analysis of the unique skill Endless Prison? Yes, no? I beg you. As if in a prayer, I accepted.